Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
What if the Warriors' biggest move this postseason doesn't happen on the court, but behind the scenes? While Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler shine and put Golden State ahead against the Rockets, one important name is watching everything from the bench, and maybe for the last time as a Warrior. Jonathan Kuminga, a former lottery pick who once seemed destined to be a crucial part of the franchise's future, hasn't stepped on the court since April 11th. What's going on? At Warriors News Fan Update, we now bring you hot backstage info. According to Mark Stein, Golden State is eyeing an old trade partner, the Brooklyn Nets, for a possible deal involving Kuminga. With a lot of cap space, the Nets appear to be an ideal destination for the young forward, especially if the Warriors' goal is to recover assets and maybe even reclaim the pick they sent in the Dennis Schroeder trade. It's hard to believe that, back in December, Kuminga was averaging over 21 points per game and looked ready for a massive extension. But the script has changed. The rotation has been adjusted. The team wants to win now. And Kuminga, who once seemed like a centerpiece, might end up as a trade chip. For Brooklyn, it could be the beginning of a new young core, especially with one of the top 6 chances at landing the first overall pick in the 2025 draft. But for us Warriors fans, the question is clear. Is it worth giving up on Kuminga right now? Do you believe he already had his chance? Or could he still shine in this jersey? Drop your comment below on what you'd do if you were in the Warriors front office. And of course, if you like this content, subscribe to the Warriors News Fan Update channel, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates on the hottest behind-the-scenes news in the NBA. Because let's be honest, this move could change the franchise's direction. Trading Kuminga now would be a clear statement that the Warriors are all in on the present. With Curry still playing at an MVP level and Jimmy Butler raising the team's defensive standard, the title window is still open, but not for long. And that's exactly why every behind-the-scenes decision needs to be surgical. Sending Kuminga to the Nets isn't just about clearing space or getting picks back. It's about choosing now over potential. And that's always a tough call, especially when we're talking about a 22-year-old player, explosive, athletic, and who has already shown flashes that he could become one of the best at his position. But what do you do when that talent still lacks consistency and the coaching staff's trust? On the other hand, Brooklyn looks like the perfect stage for a restart. There, Kuminga could have more freedom, more minutes, less pressure. And joining a potential young core with a high 2025 draft pick in hand might be exactly what he needs to take that next leap in his career. But what if the Warriors are making the same mistake we've seen in the past with players like Jordan Poole or James Wiseman? Trading promising youngsters too soon, only to watch them shine elsewhere while the franchise is left without a long-term answer? The dilemma is real. The tension is in the air. And while games continue to be played, the invisible decisions in the offices could be just as decisive as a buzzer-beating three-pointer. That's why here at Warriors News Fan Update, we'll keep watching everything. Rumors, moves, behind the scenes, and always with a real fan's opinion. Because being a Warrior means suffering, celebrating, and never stopping believing. Now tell me in the comments, would you trade Jonathan Kuminga for the Nets' assets? Or do you think he still deserves one more shot in Kerr's system? And don't forget, subscribe to the Warriors News Fan Update channel, smash that like button, and hit the notification bell. Because here, every piece of news comes with on-court passion and fan-base honesty. And to be real with you, as a Warriors fan, this kind of situation breaks the heart. Seeing Kuminga, a guy who grew up in our system, left on the sidelines right now, in the most important moment of the season hurts. He's not just another lottery pick. He was our hope for continuity, for renewal, for a new generation to lead alongside Steph. We saw amazing flashes from him. Those aggressive dunks, the dominant physicality, the way he looked unstoppable when he was confident. December was proof of that. He carried the team several times. So how is it that now the guy doesn't even have a spot in the 10-man playoff rotation? I get it, the moment calls for experience, title focus, and calculated moves. Jimmy Butler came in and already showed he can be a difference maker. But do we really need to give up on a talent like Kuminga this early? Is it really that Kerr can't find a role for him, even if it's coming off the bench with energy? I don't know, part of me feels like we might regret this. Because if Brooklyn gets this guy, makes him a starter, gives him confidence and playing time, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he blows up and becomes a star there. And then what? We'll look back and wonder why we didn't try just a little harder. The truth is, it's not just a tactical decision. It's emotional too. Because Kuminga, though young, is already part of our recent story. And trading him now, without even giving a final vote of confidence, would be like ending a chapter that still had so much to say. But that's just my passionate fan opinion, one that will always believe that homegrown talent has a different kind of value. And you, what do you think? Leave your comment, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update, hit the like button and turn on notifications because the Kuminga'S saga is just beginning, and we'll be following every moment on and off the court. And it's not like the Warriors have tons of youth in the roster, right? The truth is, this generation shift is already overdue. The core that won 3 titles is still there, Steph, Draymond, Looney, but we all know the clock is ticking. And the big question is, who's going to carry this team when the Curry era finally comes to an end? Kuminga seemed like that answer. He's not perfect, far from it. He still makes positioning errors, rushes decisions, and sometimes looks disconnected. But that's normal for a 22-year-old. He needs time, patience, guidance. And who better to teach that than Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, and Steph himself? That's why this situation hurts even more. Because we feel like he could still fit. That he still has more to give. But the team's moment demands certainty, not promises. Now, if Bob Myers were still in charge, maybe the patience with Kuminga would be different. But with Mike Dunleavy now holding the reins, the trend is for more immediate moves, more win now. That explains why the talks with the Brooklyn Nets are already on the table. They have cap space, interesting assets, and could serve as the restart Kuminga might need. But as a Warriors fan, I still feel a knot in my throat. Because seeing raw talent polished somewhere else, while we keep betting on the now, might cost us dearly in the future. Are we making the same mistake again? Will the Jordan Poole storyline repeat with Kuminga? In the end, only time will tell. But here at Warriors News Fan Update, we'll be tracking every step, every rumor, every behind-the-scenes decision, because rooting for the Warriors is more than just watching the games. It's living every twist, every choice, every emotion like it's ours. So, tell me in the comments, would you keep Kuminga for one more season? Or do you think it's time to move on and bring in pieces to help win now? Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and hit that like button because there's still a lot to happen in this series against the Rockets and beyond. See you in the next video. Go Dubs!